Have you ever studied a script and studied for an audition, and then you went to the audition and it didn't come out right? Your words they were coming out like this, and and you were so nervous, and everything just piled up on top of each other, and you just went, you blew the audition. Have you ever done that before? I have, many times. And I have found the secret to that. And it's, well, I'm going to share it with you, but I don't know if you'll believe it or not. Because once is not enough. One, two, three, A, B, C. I want you to remember that. 1, 2, 3, A, B, C. There's your answer. I hope it helped today. I'm just kidding. Okay, so how to not blow an audition. When you receive a script, do you read it? I don't mean just read it, okay? Yeah, it's about this, this, and that, and the other, and this happens to this character, and it's really cool, it's awesome, No, I'm talking about, do you get close to the character, and do you read it? Do you study it? Do you ask questions like, who is this character, and why is he doing this, and what is he doing, and how is he actually getting away with this? Questions. Everything in life is a question, isn't it? Of course it is. So, when you read a script, when you pick up a script, do you just read, I'm going to be tough on you, do you just read your lines and favor your lines and gloss over the rest? That's the evidence of a beginner, and that's fine. But I'm here to give you 20, 30 years plus experience. So, when you read a script, I'm telling you right now, ABC 1, 2, 3, you need to read it and consider not only your character, but the other characters and how they react to you, to react to the character. So, how do you read a script? I'm going to show you. Number 1, count the sentences. Count the sentences. And here's how you do it. You take a pen. And this means not online, not on the screen. It means taking it offline, okay? And you number it. You take a line, a sentence, it ends with a period, exclamation point, or question mark, and you write a number 1. And then you write a number 2. And then you write a number 3, and 4, and 5, and so on, and so on, and so on. You know what that does? I'll tell you what it does right now. It takes away the urgency and the nervousness and the anxiety of, I got to memorize all these lines. One time I had to memorize 600 lines in a matter of about a month. It was for a stage play in California. So, numbering lines is number 1. Trust me on this. Number 2, make sure when you write out the sentences, oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, you need to write out the sentences. Not just print them off on the computer. If you really want to be a great actor, if you really want to be a professional, this is what professionals do. You write out each sentence and the sentences of the other person, because the other person's sentences, their lines, the other actor, the supporting actor, are just as important, if not more important, than your character. Yeah, I know. Ego just took a back seat, right? Yeah. So with each sentence, you skip a line on lined paper. You skip a line, and I'm going to tell you why in a moment. Number 2 is count the beats. Yeah. A beat is a musical note. Think of it in the forms of a quarter note, a half note, a whole note, a rest, things like that. And it has a certain cadence, doesn't it? Okay? When we talk, it's the same thing. We're not singing in the rain. No, we're not. But when we speak as human beings, because, actors are human beings too, we tend to fluctuate in our emotions. Our emotions come from our thoughts, then emotions, and then words, correct? Why do we do that? Why do we speak in different tonalities? I'll tell you why. Because we want something, or we don't want something. We compel, we repel, or we impel. And I'm going to tell you what those are right now, so you understand what a beat is. Remember 1, 2, 3, A, B, C? These are 3, 1, 2, 3. Repel means to drive or force, such as an attacker running after you and you back away. You repel. You repel. That happens in many mysteries and many horror films, right? You repel. Compel. Compel, it feels like you move forward, right? Not really. It means to constrain, like you're holding back emotion, but you're still intense and you want to express it still. It's a yield, or to do what one wishes to do, but maybe not really, because you're holding back. You wish you could do it, but you're really intense because you're really angry in this scene. It's compel. Impel means to drive, force, or urge someone to do something. So that's manipulation. It's like gaslighting somebody. That could be also in a mystery, in an action film, wherever it fits. Okay? So basically, you have emotional notes. I'm going to use that. You have a beat. Okay? Everything has a beat. Okay? Where do you get the emotion? The emotion is within the script, within the words. How you interpret it and how you emote is physical, like I've been doing here. Repel, compel, and impel. They're very subtle, but if you study the lines, not just scan them, if you study them and pick them apart and number them and study each and every one, not just your own, but the other characters as well that are in your scene, you can deliver a truthful, winning performance. You may even get the part. Number 3, ABC 1, 2, 3. This is how you break down a script and get a winning audition. You count the sentences, you examine the beats, and you underline them or highlight them. Make them known in the script for your own mind, for your own memory. And number 3, dynamic analysis. Now that sounds pretty dynamic. It sounds pretty emotional. It sounds pretty dramatic, doesn't it? I know it does. When I was in college, that's what they taught, dynamic analysis. Let me break it down for you. Dynamic analysis is just analyzing the script and then making a choice of how intense a scene is, a sentence is, a word is, a beat is. What's the level of intensity that your character is trying to express? Now, for the sake of this video, dynamic analysis I put on a piece of paper with numbers. It's very crude, it's not sophisticated like today's 21st century, but it does the job. So I want you to take a close look at this. It's going to help you hugely in your acting career, in following steps in order to win the audition. So like I said, dynamic analysis is basically emotional intensity. Now, if you look down at the bottom, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I just made that number up. There's 7 sentences that you have to say in this scene. And it could be more, it could be less. Now, on the vertical side, it is always 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ideally, this would be on graph paper, okay? So, what you do, you take, for example, I just gave an example, sentence 2, all right? And you want to say, okay, how intense is sentence 2? You know, I'm going to kill you. Okay, that's pretty intense. The anger, the upset, the insanity of the whole sentence that I just said, I would say that's about a 9, you know? 10 is way off the chart, but 9, you know, it seems right, okay? When number 4, sentence number 4, as you can see, I put it at a level 5 of intensity. For instance, I love you, but I don't understand you. I love you, but I don't understand you. You see what I mean? Level of intensity. If you take, I strongly recommend you get graph paper, okay? And you make this, it's always the same on the vertical side, 1 through 10, and then the sentences that you've already counted at the beginning, you write them down, 1 through whatever it is, 1 through 30, 1 through 27, whatever. And then you are the one who ultimately makes the choice of the level of intensity. Dynamic analysis. Analysis is another word for study. Dynamic is when two things come together that are parallel or maybe opposite. They conflict with one another, okay? I'm going to give you an example so you can see me now, all right? So, let's see. Level 9, sentence 2. I'm going to kill you. I'm gonna kill you. Okay, so that's pretty high on the mark. Okay, number 10. Okay, I'm just holding back from wanting to kill you. Well, not you, person in a scene. Now, here's the other one. I think it was sentence 4 with level 5, about a level 5 intensity. I love you, but I don't understand you. I love you, but I don't understand you. You see how that is? There's a conflict in life and in acting. There's always a conflict of two emotions because we're always trying to hold back. Remember I said compel, repel, and impel, right? You learn that over time of how far to go in intensity with your body according to the emotions that are expressed through the script. You're a detective, okay? This is ABC 1, 2, 3. I just gave you the tip of the iceberg explanation of how to break down a script and how to focus and concentrate. This is what professionals do with the script constantly. I'll give you an example. Jack Nicholson. He reads a script about, I know he's retired now, but he read a script about 250 times. And if he wasn't satisfied with the results that he received by measuring out and studying and writing things down, he would do it more. Would you do it 250 times? I don't know. That's a tough call. But if you want to be a great actor, a truly great actor, you're going to have to commit 100% total immersion inside this craft. I wanted to show you a little bit about how once is not enough. Once is not enough. You need to keep studying. You need to keep learning and growing as an actor. There is no ending until, well, of course, you expire upon this earth. Do I make myself clear? Are you getting what I'm putting out, baby? Good. Now, if you need a coach, I may be the one for you. 𝐷avidThompsonCoaching.co. 𝐷avidThompsonCoaching.co. All right? Thank you for watching me. And subscribe to this channel. Like and share. And remember, once is never enough.